hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Arsenal won. Brentford also won. The fixed bench. The fixed bench strikes again. As always, fixed bench strikes again. Substitutes, what the hell was going on there to some extent. Mikel Arteta, in my opinion, totally screwed it up with the substitutions. And we're gonna get into all that, obviously, in today's stream. There's also the worry about Jorginho, because the way he went off, we played the last 15 minutes, including added time, with 10 men. First things first, might be a broken rib or what, I don't know, but he definitely could not continue the game. He was forced off. And yeah, ultimately, pray for Madrid, right? Pray for Madrid, the second leg and all that stuff at Bernabeu. It could get big. It genuinely could get big, of course. And we're gonna talk about some transfer news here or there as well, obviously, towards the end part of the stream. But obviously, the main focus is gonna be Brentford. It's gonna be the performance, the starting 11, substitutions, Mikel Arteta, and all that stuff. So, smash the like button if you haven't already. Smash the like, helps the algorithm and everything. Subscribe if you're new around here. We are 55 subs away from 500, the big 500, 500. And of course, leave your thoughts about the game in the live chat below. And of course, as I said, we're gonna kick things off with Arsenal versus Brentford, and that's what we're gonna do. 1-1. 1-1. 14 shots, 3 on target. Not efficient at all, let's be real. 3 on target, that's what? Less than 25% accuracy. That's like 20% accuracy with the shots on target. In general, 3 shots on target, 1 goal. Brentford, 3 shots, 2 on target, 1 goal. Obviously, it's not looking too good, is it? It genuinely is not looking too good. So we're gonna look at it. It's not looking pretty. It definitely is not looking pretty. Pass accuracy, possession, all that crap, nobody cares. Corners, 13-5, nobody cares. Let's be real. Yellow cards, all that stuff also, nobody cares. The scoreboard says it all. 1-1. And the worst part is, we put out a makeshift team. We put out a team that was basically some sort of a B-Tech type of a team, where we rotated to some extent quite heavily, but at the same time we didn't rotate almost at all. We put David Raya still in goal, Saliba, Kivior, the same center backs we had against Madrid, and all this stuff. Rice was playing in the 8, Martinelli on the left, same thing as against Madrid. Partey was at right back, which was weird, I'm not gonna lie. Zinchenko was in the 10, which was quite fantastic to see, as wild as it sounds. And also, Tierney was at left back, which is also phenomenal, because today he as well, once again proved to everyone why he should be staying at Arsenal, why he should be even starting certain games, and why he should be in the rotation. It's such a shame, such a painful situation that he is leaving for free to Celtic, that I don't know even how to describe this. And that again, of course, is on Mikel Arteta. So definitely kinda insane. Big up G-Star, big up my guy, big up. Poor squad rotation, 100%. And in this instance, we are not talking about starting 11, by the way, because even the game was boring, it was slow. Obviously, you expect some misunderstandings given the fact that the team like this does not play together pretty much ever. Let's be real, only in the training. But the thing is, at the end of the day, Arteta screwed it up. It is what it is. Arteta screwed it up. Big up Red Skull. Arteta is not creative manager. He's not. He is not. And let's be real, we're gonna talk about that. That's the thing. Partey was decent at right back. He was decent at the right back as well. He was one of the guys who was actually sprinting up on a counter after a corner, and he scored the goal that put us 1-0 up. We actually looked very good. He looked dangerous. We were as hell in the attack. The team was rotating. Yes, it wasn't pretty because we don't play pretty football in Premier League. But also, at the same time, this team was holding its own. This team massively was holding on its own. And I'm not gonna lie, massive props to Zinchenko. Because, obviously, biggest reason why, for example, I am on Zinchenko's ass, and all that stuff, basically because I don't like him as a left back. That's why I don't want to see him play. But that is at left back. In the number 8, number 10, he is actually very, very good. Let's be real. He's very direct, very attacking and everything. He takes risks and he is forward thinking number 10. He basically in this one game did more than Odegaard has done in the whole season pretty much. Bukayo Saka in the 20 minutes he was on or 30, he did more than Odegaard did has done almost the whole season as well. And that is the big thing. That is the big issue. Shot would have come, like Trossard was also 50-50. Martinelli could have scored, but yeah, Ayer blocked it, of course. Arteta is not creative, he always does. Yeah, and that is also a big thing. He always does the like for like subs. And this is also one of my biggest critiques about Mikel Arteta. After obviously the fact that he doesn't do substitute, doesn't have plan B, plan C, or plan D, right? When we play, he always has plan A, and if it doesn't work, then we are screwed, let's be real. But when he does the substitutions, it's always Trossard for Martinelli, Jorginho for Partey. Who else is there? Merino for Rice, White for Timber, or vice versa, and all this stuff. Calafiori for Miles Lewis Skelly, or vice versa. It's always the same substitutions. Nothing changes, and it's really frustrating to say the least. Yeah, he wouldn't even use different formula, and that is one of the biggest things. That is the biggest things, and yeah, exactly. Arteta is not manager for Arsenal, because it's one thing when you are even Brentford, Brighton, all these teams, because you can stick to your game plan more often, like 99.9% of the time, and it's either gonna work or it's not gonna work. Because even though you are a club who should have expectations, you don't have the expectations of the big clubs. Big clubs, every single team we face, they think about stuff. They think whether we're gonna play low block, whether it's gonna be 5 at the back, whether we're gonna overlap, invert, double team, man mark someone out of the game. Hence why the manager of these big clubs get the big bucks. They need to adapt. They need 3-4 ideas every game to counter the things other team is throwing at you. They need to, if inverting doesn't work, spread the game, play overlap. If that doesn't work, maybe change formation mid-game from 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 double pivot. Play 4-4-2, 4-5-1. You change, you adapt, you do these things. But with Mikel Arteta is none of that. It's the same formation, same tactics, same situations, same substitutions, nothing new. Hence why we currently have 13, if I'm not mistaken, where is it? Here we go. Arsenal this season have drawn 12 games in Premier League. Second most, only Everton have drawn more. And this is one of the biggest reasons why Liverpool are winning the league. Because in games like these, Liverpool get it over the line. They throw the kitchen sink at the game. They throw everything at the game. They take subs, they take midfielder off for a forward attacking player. They take midfielder off for a striker. They do these things. City does it. All the big teams does it. Mikel Arteta never does it. That is the biggest thing. He did it 2 years ago, 22-23 season. Remember Bournemouth game? He did that last year against Bayern Munich. He subbed on Edin Nketiah for him. That defender, that was fun, but hey, it is what it is. But ultimately, there is nothing new. That is the biggest thing. Did more than Odegaard in the 60 minutes. Exactly. It's nuts. That is nuts. Same old damn 4-3-3. Yeah, exactly. Nothing new. No new ideas. Same things. Same stuff. Same movements and everything. That is the worst part. If he loses this Champions League, he should be accountable. Exactly. This is the same manager, Mikel Arteta, who at the end of last season, when we finished the season, last game at the Emirates, together with Odegaard and everyone walked around the stadium and said, don't settle for being second. Don't settle for anything lower than perfection. Don't give up until you're first, and don't demand anything less than being first. And now we are sitting here, oh, injuries, oh, this, oh, that. All the excuses in the world for all these so-called top gooners and all these stuff, just to justify our shortcomings. But it's like that every single season. And throughout 5 years, 800 million spent, 5.5 years by the way, nearly 800 million spent. This is the team we are yielding out for the bench. We don't have a proper second right back. Well, Ben White is injured, by the way. He got a knock in the training. Tierney is leaving. We don't have a proper backup for Gabriel, for Saliba, for Partey. We don't have those. For Odegaard, he has no backup. Zinchenko is doing better as the number 10 than Odegaard, by the way. 2 games, PSV and today's game. Zinchenko has done better at number 10 than Odegaard the whole goddamn season. We don't have a proper backup for Saka as much as we love Nwaneri, but you can still see he does things, but he's still too raw to some extent. We don't have strikers whatsoever. We have Jesus, who is injured till the end of the year. We have Havertz, who God knows what he's doing. And we are playing our number 6 as a striker in Merino, ultimately for the main team. And the left side has been screwed since Granit Xhaka left. We have spent 130, 140 million to replace Granit Xhaka. Still haven't replaced him. We are trying to replace Martinelli. If you think we are not, you are blind. Mikel Arteta has done it. He tried to buy Mudryk for 100 million. And if you think he would have spent 100 million on Mudryk and bench him for Martinelli, you are genuinely blind. Which team signs a player for 100 million and benches him? We signed Martinelli. We signed Trossard, and he's tried to sign another left winger. Now we are in for Williams, who, by the way, is maybe staying at Spain, at Bilbao, by the way. It's all a massive shit show. All the money we have wasted. And now this is our fixed bench. 7 out of 10 window. All this money spent. And we genuinely have fuck all, excuse my French, to show for it. No trophies, no achievements, no nothing. Oh, we scored the most goals in Premier League we have ever. We have achieved. What a trophy for Arsenal. We beat Real Madrid at Emirates 3-0. What a trophy for Arsenal. We beat Man City 5-1. What a trophy for Arsenal. Like, all these top gooners, top 4 is like a trophy. They're happy. Being second is happy. In the beginning of the season, everyone said this team is in prime position to win the league when Pep and Man City fall off. They have fallen off. They will get top 4, but they also might not, right? Because there's only 2-point gap between them and the 6th place or 7th place, whatever. But anyways, where are we then? We are 11 points, well 12, behind Liverpool right now. Those are the same top gooners who in the beginning of the season said, if we finish behind Arne Slot and Liverpool, Arteta should be sacked. Fast forward to this day, all the excuses, oh, the red cards, referees, PJ Moel doesn't want Arsenal to win, all the injuries, all this, all that, all this, all that. How about accountability? For some of the players, for the manager, for the board, and ultimately for the ownership who hired this dumbass in the first place. And that's the biggest issue here. Because before this game, I said Arsenal are gonna win 2-1, right? I said it's not an important game. We are not winning the league as long as we secure top 4. I don't give a crap. We finish 2nd or 3rd. Because at the end of the day, it means nothing. It means genuinely nothing. In my opinion, Arteta should go. Should have gone last season, by the way. But hey, give him one more season. Like this season, if he doesn't win anything, he has to go anyways. But it's not gonna happen, is it? Like, how long can we suffer the 2nd place, fall-offs, regression, and all this stuff until the eyes are gonna open up for people? How long will we suffer through this? How long? Like, serious question, how long? Because currently Arsenal, and it's not just currently, throughout the years, feels like a social experiment. How much people, football fans, can endure until they have enough? How long? Because that's what Arsenal is these days. They get your hopes up, they think you can do it, and then they genuinely kick you in the nads. It's a below the belt blow, and that's it. They always fall short, and they expect that everything is gonna be fine. Everyone's gonna throw roses, parties, and rainbows for finishing 2nd. If you are in that stuff, all good. But I want to be a winner. I've seen Arsenal win the league. It's been 21 years ago. I've seen Arsenal playing Champions League. In the finals where we got screwed, but hey, it is what it is. Kinda still haven't forgiven for that, but hey, we move. I've seen us win FA Cups. We haven't won Carabao Cup in 30 odd years. FA Cup has been 5 years. You wanna tell me that 5 years without a trophy and 800 million spent is acceptable? Because this team is fully Mikel Arteta's team. He has completely annihilated, ripped up, and gotten rid of every single player besides Tierney, who won him the FA Cup because Saka didn't play in the final or semi-final. Martinelli was injured. Only player who played in the final was Tierney, and he's leaving for free at the end of the season. He has totally annihilated it, ripped it all up, and now we are here. His own team, his own bench, built by design, smallest squad in the league, built by design, no actual striker. Everything's built by design, and has done and won nothing with it. Because finishing top 4, we basically are where Wenger was. Finishing top 4 at the end of the day. Because it doesn't matter you finish 2nd or 4th. Oh, you get more money. That's it. As if in our position, getting 10 million more or less is very significant. Given our owners, who have genuinely endless chunks of money, and given our situation, how much money we make from commercial deals, TV revenue, Champions League, Europa League, it was a few years ago, and every other thing we have. Make it make sense. Not even to mention the fans who buy in the armory, buy endless merchandise. It doesn't matter if it's game day, it's weekday, it's day off. That armory, the merch shop, is always filled with people. Always. It's a vibe. Music is playing and endless lines of people are there. It doesn't matter how we're doing. Who the fuck plays the same damn position every... Yeah, exactly. And in game as well. How many times we have seen, for example, our wingers changing places? Spain does it, Barcelona does it, Real Madrid even does it. Big teams who win stuff does it. They adapt in the game. Sometimes you can see Yamal on the left, Rafinha on the right. You can see for Spain, Williams goes to the right, Yamal goes to the left. For Arsenal, those players are glued strictly in certain positions like robots, and if you move out of that position, done. You'll get crucified instantly. It's all the system, it's all the BS and all that's going on at the end of the day. No imagination, no nothing. To some extent, I kind of get the feeling that our players are afraid. They're afraid to make a risky pass, 50-50 pass, thread the needle pass, make a risky challenge or something, because that will upset the Lord and Savior, the Lego-headed Coneman Super Duper Mick Arteta, and they're gonna get subbed off. That's how it looks like. How many times do you see Arsenal make risky passes? Thread the needle passes between the lines and stuff like that? Because as well, the two goals Rice scored in Champions League against Real Madrid. Phenomenal goals. Best goals I have seen in years from free kicks, right? Nicolas Jover and Mikel Arteta, and that includes Martin Odegaard, by the way, they told him both times cross it. And then Bukayo Saka went up to Rice and said, well, if you don't want to cross it and if you feel it, shoot it. And Declan said, yes, I feel like shooting, I'm gonna. Like, if that guy, at that moment, didn't get encouragement for Saka, and if Declan Rice didn't say, well, screw what those guys think, screw what Mikel Arteta thinks, Jover thinks, and Odegaard wants to say, I'm gonna do what I feel, we most likely, it would have been 1-0 at best, Arsenal. And that means pretty much that the second leg at Bernabeu could be a massive nightmare. Now let's be real, the Real Madrid game is still not done, it's 3-0. If Real Madrid score quickly in the Bernabeu, because let's be real, Bernabeu is a completely different stadium. The aura, the atmosphere, the trophies, it's like genuinely like a place like no other. Right? And if we concede there early, the legs will start to shake, the mind is gonna get gone. Especially for the young and experienced players to some extent. Don't get why he play MLS. Well, he needs to rotate. That's the thing. Kivior plays center back. Calafiori is still not back, and everything he needed to play some main guys. So at least they get a few minutes in the legs, so we can do something. So they are somewhat prepared for Real Madrid during the week. Party was actually cooking, yeah. And Odegaard screwed it up because let's be real, we scored a goal in 61st minute, right? In 61st minute. Odegaard came on. In which minute did Odegaard come on? Let me check this because I'm completely lost on this. Which minute did Odegaard come on? Odegaard came on in 62nd minute. As soon as we scored a goal, Odegaard came on, Skelly came on, Saka came on, and a bit later Timber came on, right? As soon as Odegaard came on, our game disappeared. We were chill, we were relaxed, we were in control while we were playing with Zinchenko as the 10, Tierney as a left back, Manieri was playing right. We were chill, we were relaxed, we were 1-0 up, and nothing suggested that Brentford are gonna do anything. And as soon as Odegaard came on, overholding possession, passing backwards, 65 touches pass backwards, we have a chance to a counter, he runs back to the defensive line, passes it back to defender, and all of a sudden, the game was gone. Brentford caught the thread of the game, they stuck by it, and they got the goal. Odegaard screwed up our game. Mikel Arteta with his substitutions, not the starting 11, but the substitutions specifically, screwed up the game. Obviously, Saka had a chance to score an empty net. He didn't, but because he didn't even shoot, but that's a completely different story. Exactly. Why not Butler or Oyedeji? The guy's 23 years old, never kicked a ball for the Arsenal's main team, which basically means he's not going to play for us ever. 23 years old, under 21 team and everything, he's never going to kick a ball for Arsenal. Just like Mika Biereth, pretty much. Florian Balogun, like those guys. Exactly, 13 draws. You would think we are battling for mid-table relegation with the 13 draws. At this point, just forfeit the league, pretty much. Yeah, Oyedeji. I'm still surprised that, for example, Oyedeji hasn't said, well, if you want to put me on the bench, screw you, at the end of the day. I want to play, and if you're not going to play him and play me, I'm not going to sit on the bench. Let me play for under 21s, let me do this, let me do that. I don't give a damn. Why would I marinate on the bench? Arteta should not be manager of Arsenal. I swear to God, this manager lose the Champions League. We gonna go again trophyless. Because based on how teams are playing, PSG look better than us. Barcelona look better than us. Inter Milan, the only team that has beaten us this season in Champions League, also look better than us. Playing against Inter Milan, people think will be easy. No. The resilient Italian team with Inzaghi at the wheel, they are a well-drilled oiled machine. We had 46 crosses against them last time we faced them at San Siro. That went well, didn't it? Yeah, sorry. Francis got called up for nothing. The only thing makes me happy if Liverpool win the... Yeah, but at the end of the day, look, we are not far off that Arsenal are gonna give guard of honor for Liverpool at the Anfield. Second time under this manager, if that happens, by the way. Just saying. Just putting it out there. We already did it once, we might do this again. Exactly, Arteta needs to be held accountable, but he doesn't. None of the fans are holding him accountable. Everyone's fine and dandy, roses and everything. Oh, look how we just beat Madrid 3-0 and everything. So what? Unless we win Champions League, it will be a nice memory, don't get me wrong. But one game doesn't change the whole course of the season. Whole course of his tenure at Arsenal. It changes nothing, unless you win it. Let's be real. Arteta should be coaching someone like Cadiz, Elche, Celta Vigo, Granada, those teams. Not team like Arsenal. This is the manager y'all cuss out of for saying ungrateful for their fucking crap. I don't want any excuses getting the job done. Exactly, no excuses, get the job done. But there will be excuses, they are already coming out. I had a dream about Gyökeres and Williams signing for Arsenal. By the way, big up YouTube censures out free speech. What a name. Signing for Arsenal on Sunday. Don't panic, people. Yeah, Gyökeres we might sign. That Williams thing is kind of nuts, I'm not gonna lie. Either he's holding out for more money or what, but the recent reports are suggesting that he actually might stay at Bilbao and sign sort of a lifetime contract there. Williams staying, Gyökeres, yeah, Gyökeres is possible. And just now imagine if we don't get Gyökeres, who are we gonna get? Sesko? I'm not sure about that one, Chief. Berta won't allow for Sesko to even look at Arsenal. Because since Berta has arrived at Arsenal, the Sesko talk in the transfer market has gone dead quiet almost. And second of all of a sudden reports are starting to come out. Arsenal are not fully convinced about Sesko. They think he's too young, too inexperienced, and he's not the right man moving forward. All of a sudden. But when Berta wasn't here, we got shoved down Sesko down our throats Like it's a, I don't know, the best thing since sliced bread, best goddamn chocolate pudding you have ever had. He wants to move, but will Arteta running back will get better under him. Time will tell. I can't go back watching Prem out. Exactly. Prem is so boring. Best game I've seen today in Premier League, Palace versus City. That was a nice game to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Given that the Palace is bogey team for City in general, and they always throw a game, it was 2-0 Palace. It could have been 3-4-0 Palace, by the way. And Palace was offside for the Eze third goal. And then City just went rampant. KDB scored a free kick. Marmoush scored a goal. Then McAtee and all them. Like, that was arguably the best game. I could say that that City Palace game will be the best game of this match week. 100%. Yeah, Prem is getting worse by the season, by the way. That's a whole different stream where we can discuss this. But Prem is getting worse by season, pretty much. No Saka left wing, no Nelly right wing or striker when Vinny plays striker. Yeah, exactly. Mbappe plays left wing striker, Vinny plays left wing striker, sometimes right wing. Rodrigo plays sometimes striker, sometimes right wing, sometimes left wing. They can interchange like no other. Arsenal never do that. No back three or formation, no nothing. We played 3 at the back when Arteta just joined. That's how we won the FA Cup. 5 at the back / 3 at the back. How you look at it with the over-the-top balls from Tierney to Aubameyang and everything. It worked like a charm. We won the league. Then he started to go 4-2-3-1 at times or 4-3-3, and he has stuck it ever since. No reverse. He has never reverted back to 5 at the back. Rarely we even see double pivot, by the way. We very rarely see 4-2-3-1. At this point, just make Saka coaches. Yeah, it's nuts. Why if it makes sense, call him up, he might train with the first team and blah blah blah. Yeah. Like, unless you have actual proper plans to play him in the team, why even call him up? Don't just yank him all up and down. Because you're not going to play him in Champions League, let's be real. You're not going to play him in Premier League because you never have. So what's the point? Yeah, just put right... I'm not going to lie. Zinchenko, 2 games as a number 10, right? Against PSV. Today, against Brentford. Looked better than Odegaard has looked the whole season as number 10. That's how wild it is, by the way. That's how wild it is. Zinchenko is actually a 10. He actually is a forward-thinking number 10 for a change. He gives those risky passes. Yes, maybe the technical ability fully is not there, but he's not bad. Let's be real, he's not bad. He's actually very good. He scored a belter of a goal against PSV as well from the number 10 spot. Odegaard has never done it. And you want to hear another mad stat about Odegaard? Ederson today assisted for McAtee's goal, which means that this season alone, Ederson has 4 assists. Guess how many assists our creative spark Martin Odegaard has? Also 4. Make it make sense. He's our creative spark, you know. Exactly, he has done more than Odegaard the whole season. Those subs Mikel Arteta made with subbing on Odegaard ruined the game pretty much for us. Let's be real, Odegaard ruined the game. Let's not beat around the bush. And this is on Mikel Arteta solely, because he decided to sub him on. Zinchenko was actually doing very well as a number 10. As soon as we went that 1 goal up, Odegaard comes on and all these players. Why? Why? If ain't broke, don't fix it. Why you're subbing on Odegaard? Just so he gets some time before the Madrid game? Oh, give over. Like, what the hell are we doing here? By the way, that Saka chance when Flecken totally fumbled the bag and Saka had a chance to shoot at empty net, that also pisses me off, I'm not gonna lie. But that is on Saka, and you can tell that Saka is not fit, because a fit Saka takes a touch and just smashes it into the net. I'm not gonna lie. You can tell that Saka is not fit as well. He plays just so he can get some time in his legs and come back as soon as possible. But ultimately, hey, it is what it is. Zinchenko 10 times better than Odegaard. Overall, he just doesn't fucking play in his natural. Yeah, that's the thing. And how long we were calling for this? For Zinchenko to play as a number 8, where he plays for Ukraine, by the way. Anyways, because they have Mykolenko playing left back, Zinchenko plays number 8, number 10, depending what formation they put out. And for City as well, he played left back, yes, but he played number 8, number 10 as well. So, make it make sense. I've been calling for Zinchenko to play in the midfield almost since he joined, pretty much. Once we sold Xhaka, I said, play Zinchenko in the midfield, buy a proper left back. And we persisted with playing Zinchenko as a left back, and yeah, here we are now. And that's the thing. Yes, I get on Zinchenko's case a lot, but that's because he plays as a left back, and I don't want to see him play left back ever again. I want to see him in the midfield. I want to see him as a number 10. I want Odegaard to get benched so he can hold that, because ultimately no player should be bigger than the club. What justification does Mikel Arteta have to play Odegaard after watching him stink out the place for the whole season, pretty much? Because he's the captain? Because Odegaard has Arteta nudes he is blackmailing him with, or what? Like, this is unacceptable. No player should be safe from getting dropped. No player whatsoever. Like, Arsene Wenger dropped Thierry Henry when he was in the red zone. He dropped Bergkamp, he dropped Pires, he dropped other players. He didn't give a crap. If he saw that the player is not ready, currently is not good enough, or his stamina or his energy or whatever is just not there, he dropped him. He said, you're holding bench today. No matter what you say to me, you may go complain to the board or anything, but you're not ready. You're not gonna play. He did that. It's very much evident. There are proof of that as well. Mikel Arteta would never do that. Let's be real. He has these players in the team, so-called undroppables, like Saka, White. Like Saka, Odegaard, Saliba, Gabriel, players like that. They are undroppable in Mikel Arteta's eyes. But let's be real. No player should be safe from that. No player should be safe from getting dropped. He could have scored, assisted, heck, even made the attack more lively. Yeah, Zinchenko and more goals and assists as a midfielder than he does. Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing. And this game, as much as I like, to some extent, I shouldn't care, because the season is done. We are not going to win the league. But there's also a way to play and a way to lose the game, or a way to win the game, or a way to draw the game. And this game was pretty much ours, until Mikel Arteta decided to sub on Odegaard. And in this game specifically, Mikel Arteta and Odegaard ruined the game for us. Let's be real. So, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, this is the mad stat of the day, by the way. Arsenal have now drawn 12 matches in the Premier League this season. Only Everton have drawn more, which is 14. Holy freaking crap. I'm not gonna lie. This is nuts. Arsenal draw in the league for the second week straight. Priorities. We cannot beat Brentford, but we can annihilate Madrid. This is nuts. This will look very well once Madrid does something in Bernabeu, potentially, though. And this is the thing. Liverpool now require 3 more victories to be crowned Premier League champions. If they win their remaining games, they will win the league at Anfield versus Spurs. Well, at least Spurs are gonna see a trophy. Jokes and that, but ultimately it's sickening. Let's be real, it is sickening. Because the way this all got sold to me, to most Arsenal fans, to every Arsenal fan, was that this team is gonna win the league once City has a drop-off. City has had a massive drop-off, and yet still we cannot win the league. That's how mad it is. That's how mad it is. Let's check Premier League table while we are at it. Oh, this is not looking good. Let me fix this. Let me properly fix this. Let's do it like this. Premier League table. Arsenal are second, obviously. There's no kidding. Nottingham Forest are only 6 points behind us, and City are, well, 8 points behind us. Worst season for Man City in the last decade, and they're only 8 points behind us. Like, seriously. That's the mad part in all of this. Let me fix this even more. Whoop, my bad. let me fix this. I want to look at like properly good. There we go. There we go. But yeah, this is the nuts thing. This is the nuts thing. Arteta is the worst manager ever. His creative knowledge, man. Like, it is insane. It is insane. And how nobody is calling this out is actually kind of nuts. I get called toxic, negative, useless, we don't claim you, plastic fan, and all this crap just because I call this stuff out. If I didn't call this stuff out, we all would genuinely, it would be just one big rainbow happy family, and I don't want that. I want some accountability for the actions, for the money spent, the incapabilities of the manager, the shortcomings of the manager, the players, and everything. I want that. I want someone to be held accountable. In real life, if I screw up one smallest thing at work and it has a massive impact, I get held accountable. So why a guy who gets paid 15 million a year doesn't get held accountable for his shortcomings 5 years in a row? Why? Just because he has a good haircut or what? So what, he has, oh, united the fan base, oh, brought us back. So what? So genuinely what? We are back where we were, top 4. We are regressing, the team is regressing right before our eyes, let's be real. And unless he wins Champions League, he's gone. I wanted him gone at the beginning of the season, let's be real. He needs to win a major for me. If he wins Champions League, okay, cool, 1 more year, I can live with that. But if he doesn't win Champions League, get him gone. Genuinely get him gone. Because at the moment, there is no shred of evidence that this guy can get us over the line. He can win us something. He can get us a trophy or anything. No, not a single goddamn shred of evidence. Let's be real. We are not now the ball jobs. We have been ball jobs all the time. Let's be real. Not even bowling. We are second place FC, trying FC. Exactly. We got clowned for finishing fourth. We got called Arsenal, but instead of a letter A in front of our name, people put 4. Now we are finishing second, and instead of the S letter in our name, we are getting number 2 basically. That's what it is. And like, everyone's fine with that. That's what's the biggest annoyance of everything. Everyone's fine with that. Arsenal, the biggest part of Arsenal fan base are fine with that. Arsenal legends are fine with that, like Martin Keown and all these dumbasses who are on Arsenal's payroll. As much as I respect Keown, I respect Ian Wright, I respect everyone, but the way they're glazing Arsenal and their shortcomings, that's actually embarrassing, let's be real. Those guys, in their time, in situations like these, would go punch up everyone. They wouldn't stand for this shit. Vieira wouldn't stand for this shit. Henry wouldn't stand for this shit. Perez, Petit, Lehman, Sol Campbell, none of them would stand for this type of way they get run the club. No bench, no nothing. Money wasted. No ambition, but the way we are doing things. They wouldn't stand for it. That's why Van Persie left, whether you like him or not, it's a completely different story. But Van Persie left because he came into the board, talked to Wenger and said, what are the plans for the summer? Who are we gonna sign? Who are you gonna sign to get us over the line? And the board said, well, no one. We have to pay off the stadium, we're gonna sign some players here or there, but we are not gonna go for that. Van Persie said, well, that's enough for me. I'm handing in my transfer request. He went to United and we all saw what he did at United. They won him the title. The Arsenal is not winning anything, Song hitting the now ball. Yeah. Partey is injured. Just as I predicted, no rest always. Yeah, Jorginho maybe has a broken rib. Hence we finished the game with 10 men. He went straight down the tunnel. Now Partey is injured. Bro could be out for the season. Another bang up for Josh. No way. He actually, for a change, had a good game as a right back. That's why maybe. Wait. Thomas Partey. Really? Yeah, deadlock broken. Latest. There's no way Partey is injured. Thomas Partey deserves a contract extension. I speak for every Arsenal. I, to be honest, agree with that. I genuinely agree with that. I totally and utterly agree with that. Thomas Partey is injured against Arsenal. Jorginho was stretched out as well. Arsenal paid too much as a single one against Brentford. Yeah, looks that way. Is the Mikel Arteta interview done? Is the Mikel Arteta interview done? There is pre one. Is there a post one? I'm just checking, by the way. I'm just checking. Jorginho, yeah, CDMs now. It's kind of nuts. Oh, yeah, spring sale. Go shop, guys. Another injury. Exactly. Every time, everyone's always getting... Yeah, that is the thing. Always at key times. Mikel on Brentford's clear vision. Press conference. Mikel Arteta's pre-Brentford. I need post-Brentford. It's not out, I guess. Odegaard reveals secrets behind Rice's free kicks. What the hell am I seeing? Anyways, it's not out as of yet. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at some transfer news. Just because we can while we wait until towards the end part of the stream, maybe Arteta's interview will be out. Anyways, Martinelli on Norgard's tackle. If my foot was on the floor, he could have broke my leg. For me, it was a red card. Well, blah, blah, blah. Keep moaning. You had the whole game to win the game. Arsenal season thus far. 32 matches, 17 wins, 12 draws, 3 losses. 57 goals scored, 27 conceded, plus 30 goal difference, 63 out of 96 obtainable points. Second place. And you know what's the worst part is? 6 games to go, right? 6 games. Even if we score 2 goals a game, 2 goals a game, that's 12 goals. Even if we score 3 goals a game, that's 18 goals, right? We won't match nowhere near the last year's goal tally. Because if we scored even 18 goals, 3 goals in each game, that would be 75 goals. By a mile less than we did before. We're going to concede more than we conceded last year. And we're going to finish second. We're going to finish second. And the point tally as well, we're not going to get nowhere near the points we would have gone last year. Because, at best, if we even win all the 6 remaining games, we're going to be on 81 points. Which means we're going to be by a mile below the points we got last year and year before. And if people don't call this regression, I don't know what is. Because the goals are not there, we're gonna concede more, chances are not there, and everything is going down the Swanee real quick. Let's just put it that way. But it's all fine. Nobody is getting held accountable. Nobody is getting asked questions. No, nothing. But bro, still not one play academy tout when we have 3 21-year-old midfield. He's not. He's not. Definitely not. Against Real Madrid, it would be a bit of a suicide, but hey, it is what it is. Is there a chance that against Real Madrid, Skelly goes into midfield and Tierney starts as a left back? Is there a possibility of that? Any chance Mikel Arteta will kind of look at it? Because today as well, Tierney was fantastic as a left back. Fantastic, I'm not gonna lie. The control, the passing, the defensive efforts, the tackling on point, going forward, overlapping, crossing, everything was on point. Pisses me off that he's leaving, because he was fantastic today as well. So is there a possibility of that? Wonder what the midfield gonna look like now. No CDM or handle winning Mbappe Rodrigo. For me, the biggest question is, would it be so bad if we actually played Zinchenko in the 8? Actually, drop Odegaard, play Zinchenko in the 10, Skelly can play in the 8, and Tierney can play as a left back. Would that work? Because now all of a sudden we will have to make another makeshift Lego type team. Another one. That is the big thing. That is the big thing. Tierney always been fantastic. Exactly. And the worst part is Mikel Arteta just doesn't rate him because he doesn't invert. The biggest issue with this is, though, if Mikel Arteta was sacked before the season, 100% Tierney would have stayed. Because I 100% can guarantee you that the new manager would have played him. Rice in the 6, Skelly in the 8, and Zinchenko in the 10. Obviously, he's going to play Odegaard in the 10, but let's just say. And then Tierney goes left back. That's the only option, because Jorginho is not going to play there. He has something. Exactly, that's the biggest thing, so that's why I'm saying. Rice in the 6, Skelly in the 8, and Zinchenko in the 10. And then we play Merino as the striker. Unless we play Merino in the 8, and then we don't have a striker. Now, that sounds very bad, I'm not gonna lie. So that's a bit different in it. So I guess it is what it is in that regard. But it's not looking great, is it? It definitely is not looking great. Arsenal have... Wow. Christian Norgard, the guy who tackled... What's its face? Martinelli. Who wore a retro Real Madrid shirt to Brentford training on Thursday, put an incredible challenge versus Gabriel Martinelli today. Lol. See, this is another excuse. This is another excuse for the top Gooners. Another excuse. Who gives a damn? What about our bench? We don't have bench anyways. What's the difference? That's the biggest thing. We don't have bench anyways. And it's not like we're gonna sub on a midfielder. But this is the game you're gonna run now. Unless you somehow make a makeshift type of 5 at the back team, the midfield is gonna be a big issue. Our midfield is an issue as it is. Our subs were not good enough, let's be real, but right now, looking at things, it's looking even worse. It genuinely is looking 10 times worse right now. That's what's the biggest annoyance in all of this. Sorry, let me fix the camera a bit. There we go. Bro tried to take out Nelly. Yeah, that tackle was actually kind of nuts. That was arguably a red card as well. Oh my goodness gracious. 2 Arsenal fans with Champions League winners 25 on their back of the shirts before the Gunners face Brentford. Oh, there is no saving some of these people, is there? Yeah, basically nothing off the bench, but like, if I ask you right now, if Partey is out and Jorginho is out, against Real Madrid, you're not going to play Salah Eddin and players like that. Maybe off the bench if game is done and dusted. But as a game where pretty much Real Madrid has nothing to lose to some extent, and they're going to basically just attack you all the time, like, they're going to get eaten alive. Especially since they never have played in a game like that. Exactly, what the fuck is that? Exactly, what they gonna do when we don't win the Champions League? If we don't win the Champions League, what they gonna do with these shirts? That's the biggest question here. What they gonna do with these shirts if they don't win the Champions League? Because that shirt costs what, 90 pounds or something like that? Then the print and everything, unless it's a free print, that's 110 pounds or something in those lines. What they gonna do with those shirts if we don't win the Champions League? Like, serious talk. Mikel Arteta, we didn't expect the issue with Thomas Partey, and we had to take him out. Well, that says nothing, does it? Only Everton, we already talked about that. Champions League, 1-1. Here it is, yeah. Arsenal are now playing with 10 men after Jorginho was forced off. That was the 85th minute, so we played the last 15 minutes of the game with 10 men as well, by the way. Kai Havertz was in the stands today. Hey, hoo-hoo. But yeah, it's not looking great. Anyway, some transfer news, if you are interested. Just random news of the day. Until we go and check the things, right? We're gonna look at it in a second. They're gonna cry like some damn bitches to say referees. Like that. It's already starting. Injuries, red cards. Here is something. Arsenal admire. I hate that word. This pisses me off. These buzzwords: admire, are interested, are looking at, and all this stuff on fire. But Arsenal admire Newcastle winger Anthony Gordon, according to David Ornstein. David Gordon. Anthony Gordon could be the Nico Williams plan B potentially. Arsenal interested in the winger. Would you take him? Would you take him instead of Nico Williams? That is the big question. Just for you, curious. Would you take Gordon instead of Williams? Let's just say Williams decides to stay at Bilbao. Or he moves somewhere else. Let's just hypotheticals, right? Because the transfer window in general is all hypotheticals until something happens. Every single report, every single rumor that gets talked about, a player moving there, player interested in that, team interested in this and that, it's all hypotheticals at the end of the day. So let's throw a hypothetical here. Nico Williams stays at Bilbao or moves to Barcelona or whatever. And Arsenal go for Anthony Gordon. Is that the option you would be satisfied with at the left wing? Potentially. Like hypotheticals, of course. Would you be satisfied with Anthony Gordon as the left wing? That is the big question. And it doesn't stop there. According to TBR Football, Arsenal Liverpool both want to sign Jarrell Hato this summer, which is actually quite nice because I wanted Hato already last summer. Hato can play left back, he can play center back. Maybe if right back you can push him. Hato has said himself that Timber is one of his inspirations, given that he started as a center back and played as a right back. And everything now what he's doing at Arsenal, he can play everywhere and his career has only gone upwards. So maybe there could be some links to that, Agent Timber or something, because I like Hato, I'm not gonna lie. I really would be interested in if Arsenal signed him. That actually would be quite a nice defensive signing, especially long term. And given the fact that pretty much every single left back in our team is leaving, besides Skelly potentially, would be quite interesting. Obviously, in an ideal scenario, we would sign Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth, right? About 40 million or something like that. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Liverpool are leading the race in that one. That is the case. Basically, any left back will be linked exactly with Liverpool and Arsenal because Arsenal are gonna sell. Tierney's leaving, Zinchenko might get sold, Kivior might get sold, Calafiori, God knows what's gonna happen with him, so we have basically only Miles Lewis-Skelly there. So we need a left back. It's been talked about in the media that Arsenal are exploring options to sign a left back. So it is what it is. So we definitely gonna link with quite a few left backs potentially this summer. We need to get prepared for that as well. Not only Hato or Kerkez or someone like that. You'll have VVD and Robertson, and even though Saka, like Robertson is dead. He has been ran into the ground by Klopp. He has squeezed every single juice out of him. It's not the same. He gets injured quite a bit recently, and Tsimikas is also not it. So for Liverpool to get a proper left back, either Hato or Kerkez or whoever they're gonna look at, would be a breath of fresh air. Because the one thing Liverpool should have done, and they didn't basically, the year they won Champions League and Premier League, they didn't go for a rebuild. They didn't start signing young players for as long-term replacements. Hence why they still haven't replaced Fabinho, by the way. Yes, Gravenberch is doing a good job, but they haven't replaced him. They haven't also properly replaced Mane, Firmino. Salah is now staying, but he still needs a replacement. He's staying here for 2 more years, but he needs a replacement. Let's be real. Nunez is not it. Diaz is like 50-50. Gakpo is also a hit and miss. Only McAllister is there. Okay, cool. Zoboslai, maybe he will become good. Defensively as well, they need to replace Trent now. Yes, they have Bradley and players like that, but we'll see how that goes in their system. Van Dijk needs to be replaced because Kwanzaa is also not it. He's not ready yet. Matip left. He also hasn't been replaced properly. Gomez is too injury prone. So they also need replacements. They need depth as well, just like Arsenal in many positions. And Arsenal are doing this way too late after wasting money. Liverpool haven't done it at all. They haven't even tried to replace them with Endo and stuff like, even signing Endo and stuff like that. That's the thing. They missed the window when they should have done it. And they basically are now playing catch-up. And Arsenal are doing the same. Only difference is that Liverpool actually are going to win something in the first season of Slot coming in. And they have a proper manager. that can manage the players. Arsenal have none of that. That is the biggest drawback to all of that, unfortunately. But yeah, let's check what their results in transfer lives. Anything regarding Arsenal? Caicedo is facing potential court after being stopped by police for allegedly driving without license. Well, that is going well for him, isn't it? Arne Slot has implored Liverpool to go out and buy Isak. Well, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Lukeba has released clause worth 90 million. Dude, Lukeba for 90 million. Holy crap. Not going for him. Please don't go for him, Arsenal. Arteta praying for Liverpool to lose. Morons. Genuinely morons. Who Liverpool are playing even tomorrow? Liverpool are playing at home, if I'm not mistaken. And they, at Anfield, they are... Yeah, and it's West Ham, man. West Ham are shit. Let's be real. Let's be real. Yeah, he has won... I think he has won Eredivisie as well with Feyenoord. He knows what he's doing. He's also respected by the players. PSG and City are closely following Akliuche at Monaco. This is why Barcola is hesitating to extend his PSG contract, as he wants to see what competition he might face next season. Oi! Oi, oi, oi! Some dreams could come true for many Arsenal fans. Many Arsenal fans, from what I can tell, want Bradley Barcola at Arsenal. And if they sign Akliuche, Barcola could be on the out since he's refusing to sign an extension. Well, Chelsea fans comparing that kid Georgie to sign... it's Chelsea fans. They have nothing else going on. They haven't done anything in recent years. They're mid-table. Well, they're not as good, so they have to do something. Exactly. West Ham ain't beating Liverpool. Exactly. Although Barcola could be available in the summer, interestingly enough. I'm gonna talk about that a bit more tomorrow, obviously. Arsenal are prepared to go head-to-head with Chelsea to sign Jules Koundé this summer. Barcelona will be reluctant to sell, but may have to because of their financial situation. Well, I'm sorry, but where is he gonna play? The question mark. Where is he going to play for Arsenal? Like, serious talk. Koundé plays center back or right back, right? You would like to think that with Timber, White, Injuriasu, that right back spot is kind of clear. Although this season, based on what's happening right now at Arsenal, it's a big worry, right? So he could play center back. He's right-sided center back predominantly, so back up to Saliba, right? But again, like, he would be expensive. His salary would be like 200 grand, if not more. And he would be defensive. What the hell is, like, he would be sitting on the bench. Like, what the hell? I thought Barca ain't selling. They will sell someone. The prime candidate to move, right, is De Jong, because they have a gentleman's agreement that he's staying there for one more season, then he's leaving this summer, right? We'll see how that for him goes, but hey, it is what it is. They still having trouble to register, by the way, Olmo and Casadei, if I'm not mistaken, so we'll see how that is. Exactly, we have Timber, White, we have Injuriasu as well. Although, looking at the situation right now specifically, we could deal with Jules Koundé, I'm not gonna lie. Right back, center back, wherever, right? But, again, it kinda, again, another defender that raises more questions than gives answers to Arsenal's plan for the season and winning trophies. Let's just put it that way. Bayern Munich. Nottingham Forest have no intention of selling Morgan Gibbs-White for any fee amid interest from Manchester City. Let's be real, this is a big bull of crap, because even though Nottingham Forest most likely are getting Champions League, they're gonna do that. If 100 million comes in for Gibbs-White, 100% Marianakis and Edu are gonna sell him. Like, let's be real. That's a total and utter crap. Mo Salah wore blue Richard Milley Turbil. Oh my goodness gracious. 725 grand. Holy... Okay, moving on. Betis are very close to reaching agreement to keeping Anthony. Okay, cool. So nothing new. Real Madrid want PSG left back Nuno Mendes. Kinda surprised Real Madrid don't want Luis Skelly. Lol. Newcastle, Arsenal, Villa, Forest, and Spurs are rivaling United on their pursuit to Mateusz Cunha, based on what Mateusz Cunha has posted on Instagram in recent times. Obviously, he deleted it and everything, but he's leaving Villa during summer, 100%. Oh, United, they are a mess, aren't they? United are total shambles, anyways. United are a total shambles. Exactly, no one injured. Legania's pocketing left. To be honest, Legania's have a nice run. They beat Madrid. They beat most of Madrid's, by the way, and they are now playing tooth and nail with Barcelona. Anthony, he's actually doing very well at Betis. If you watch La Liga, you watch Real Betis. Real Betis is one of those teams that is a very nice watch. Where you watch Sevilla derby against Sevilla, against any team, Real Betis is a very nice watch with Isco, Bakambu, that Colombian striker, forgot his name, everything. Betis is a very nice watch. We possibly could sign Cunha, but yeah, that's the thing. Only as a number 10. Maybe as a number 10 I can see Cunha fitting at Arsenal. Is he? Is it out? Yes, it is. 37 seconds ago. What a way to end the stream. Mikel Arteta, post-Brentford waffle settings. Here we go. Here we go. Mikel Arteta, post-Brentford waffle settings. Let's see what we can do. Striker winger cam, exactly. I don't want him as a striker, first of all, because we need a clinical striker, not some wannabe striker. As a winger, I can see direct, skillful. That could work maybe as a left winger. As a number 10, 100%, because he's very direct and very technical, and if that works instead of Odegaard, I'm all for it. Okay, let's see what Mikel Arteta has said. Let's see what... Damn, man, why couldn't we got him signed? Yeah, exactly. Why we couldn't sign Olise? Why we didn't? 45 M's, man, that was cheap. Instead we signed 35 on Merino. And if we had intensity to get it over the line. Well, after the equalizer, especially because we played with 10 men a lot. 10 men a lot! Dude, we played 10 men for 11 minutes, 12 minutes. But even with 10 men, I think we tried. They had the quiet clear. A lot. 12 minutes is not a lot. Just fucking shove it. I think we have to be critical with ourselves. Well, some accountability to some extent. Especially the way we conceded the goal. Against Brentford, you know what they have. You have a free kick. The goalie is going to put it there. From there, get thrown in, blah, blah, blah. On the substitutions being pre-planned. No, we had an idea because... we know certain players that we picked in the starting lineup, they could not be able to finish the game. So we had twice open with that one. We didn't expect the issues with Thomas. Well, this is a big issue. There's an issue with Partey. He might be injured. That we have to take him out then for sure. We didn't expect that happened with Jorginho. End up with 10 men. On Declan Rice wanting more goals. Yes, for sure. Every time you score a goal after you have the feeling the next one you can score again. Well, that's understandable. I used to be a striker. I know how that went. I was a winger, more specific. Striker or a winger. I know how that goes. And if Declan was carrying an injury, no, he was fine. Yesterday he trained with normality. He wasn't feeling any pain. That's why we put him in from the start. Good luck, Declan. Good fucking luck in the Madrid game. And why the atmosphere was different to Real Madrid game? You really need to ask a question like that. I don't know, but the atmosphere was different to Tuesday, that's for sure. I don't know if it was playing the back of the crowd. For us as professionals, we know the importance of that. Today, what we going to do was increase the probability of us really challenging for what we're looking for in the Premier League. And with that result, obviously, it's more unlikely to happen. You really need to ask a question. Why was there a different atmosphere compared to playing against Real Madrid? Champions League, Real Madrid, Premier League, random game against Brentford. Really, you don't see a difference there? Really? For Champions League, fans gave the energy to the players because it's Champions League's Real Madrid. But it's a two-way streak. How about you do something on the pitch to give us the energy and reason to support as well? It goes both ways. It doesn't just go one way. And if the Real Madrid game was in the players' minds, well, No, I think the players know what then we come to Premier League in the position that we played today. When you come to the Premier League, how tough it was going to be, and what it requires, and it requires you to be very time to win. On the tackle on Martinelli by Norgard, I think my reaction says everything. Well, yeah. On the season being about the Champions League, we still have 6 games to play in Premier League, which are going to be really important for sure. But for now, it's all about Wednesday. Yeah, important to keep top 4. On Thomas Partey injury, he felt something, so he didn't want to take any risks. Well, this is not going well, is it? He felt something. Oh my. Was it just like a sneeze? Or just a bit better? If you have watched Friends, you know this quote. He felt something. By the way, whenever Mikel Arteta says player blah 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 felt something, he's instantly out for a month at least. That is the biggest issue here. On if Thomas will be okay for Wednesday, I haven't spoken to the doctors yet, so they will check in now and see how he is. Ben White's fitness. Again, we don't know. How you not know? He got injured yesterday. He could not be in the condition to be in the squad today and be selected. We have a few days, but we'll have to wait and see. On Jorginho suffering a rib injury, it looks it? You mean it looks like it? This is a very broken English, by the way. It looks it. I don't exactly know. He had problems breathing, so that means he has a cracked rib at best. If you cannot breathe, you basically have a broken rib, cracked rib, something like that. Which basically means he is out for at least 2 months. He said he could not carry on. Well, this is going well, isn't it? He has a cracked rib, at least. On Rice running power helping open up teams. Holy crap, I cannot speak. It depends on the opposition behavior, blah blah blah. On focusing on Rice's game, we can always learn about best midfield, the timing of the rivals and how they have to score the goals, but I think he can focus on himself. On not being closer to Liverpool in the Premier League, it's difficult because obviously there are a lot of reasons why we are with that distance. Yeah, we play like shit in Premier League. You cannot coach a win, and you'd have no plans how to change the game when you are drawing or you're losing the game. Plus, you have spent 800 million to have championship level bench. How about that? And the amount of things that we have to deal with, and still we are where we. But yeah, we want to be higher. That's for sure. Well, might as well not read it. Total and utter waffle sessions from Mikel Arteta. I'm not gonna lie. Personally, I would say João Pedro and Mitoma. Right now, we can't be too picky. True, but I don't think Mitoma is the answer, unfortunately. João Pedro is an interesting one, although the talk of that has gone dead quiet. Heck, even Otaro at this point, dude. This stupid, not always joking like, that. What are the damn doctors doing? That's the biggest thing, like, what are we doing? Our training ground already is hard as it is. Well, if you don't know, you probably know that our training ground for Arsenal is built on car park. So hence why we have a very hard training ground. Rio Ferdinand has said himself that when he trained there with the England national team, it was genuinely insane and rough like hell. So it's not a wonder that we pull hemis all the time. That is the big thing. Any news on Thomas Partey? The Arsenal player was subbed in 96 minutes of the match, feeling some physical discomfort. Here we go. If it were a muscle injury, he would not be ready to start on Wednesday. Oh, bloody hell. This is going well, isn't it? This is going really damn well. Though, yeah, he is a doubt, apparently. The best DM in the world. Well, these top gunners need to get stopped. Best DM in the world, Thomas Partey. What the hell are they waffling about? And Jorginho both suffered injuries during the Brentford match, rising concerns ahead of the crucial Champions League fixture. Partey felt discomfort while Jorginho exited due to respiratory issues. Ben White also was absent. Okay, cool. Blah blah blah. Fan zone, nobody cares. So no news. To be very honest, Partey deserves a contract renewal. Yeah, Mikel Arteta has confirmed Thomas Partey is an injury doubt for Arsenal's crunch Champions League trip to Real Madrid next week. Well, this is going well, innit? This is genuinely going well, innit? Thomas Partey scores in a draw. Yeah, nobody cares. Thomas Partey got 8.5 rating on SofaScore. Woohoo! Morons. People who base games just watching this are genuinely blind, aren't they? Declan Rice, Partey, I'm not. Thomas Partey injury, anything new, anything here? Thomas Partey better not miss Madrid game. Thomas Partey injury, he felt. So basically, this is what people said during the game. Thomas Partey is injured, he pulled a groin or something. Oh, this is going well, innit? This is going real well, isn't it? I'll stop this with the man. Wipe off. That's the thing. That's why people. I'm not gonna lie. Every single person has different criteria for how and why they label players world class, right? It's understandable because everyone consumes football differently. Now, the biggest issue with that is the sentence, the combination of words world class gets thrown around way too loosely these days. I'm gonna say it like that, way too loosely. Because if a player gets 3 good games, he nutmegs 2 people and scores 2 goals, instantly he gets labeled world class. And that is the biggest issue. People are very recency biased on a player, and that's why they throw around this world-class type level phrasing and judgment on certain players. Because for me, see, people are putting, for example, when I was doing these Real Madrid, when I was looking at Real Madrid Arsenal combined 11s, I saw many people put Miles Lewis Skelly as a left back, right? If it was solely based on this season, I would get that. But you just cannot base it on this season. You need to take in context at least 2-3 seasons, look at longevity, performances, and everything, and hence why I just couldn't do it. I just genuinely couldn't do it. For me, it's not it. People were putting, for example, people were putting, what's its face? Raya over Courtois. As good as Raya has done, for example, for Arsenal, Courtois is still better. No matter how you look at it. Yes, he conceded 3 goals against us, but still, he is better. Everybody now calling Rice Beckham Messi, right? Yeah, that's the thing. He gets called Beckham Rice and stuff like that, right? I'm not gonna lie, when he scored those free kicks, if you go to my Twitter account, X account, you can see me as well tweeting, like, bend it like Declan Beckham Rice and stuff like that. Most expensive rice in the world, aka Declan Rice and all that stuff, right? But that's just a splur of moment because of the situation and circumstances. If you ask me in general, do I consider Declan Rice world class? No, I don't. He can get there, yes, but currently he is still not world class. Just saying it like that. He's a flipping midfielder, blue. Even Fernand. Yeah, that's the thing. That for me is the biggest issue. That the certain terms in football get thrown around way too loosely these days. Like world class, exceptional, and all this stuff. It gets just thrown around. I don't even have... Good for you. Genuinely good for you. Good for you. Because the things I see on that app when Arsenal play or when Arsenal don't play, and I just randomly just somehow I see someone has retweeted something, or their comparisons that Madueke is better than Saka, or player like, what's its face, Ola Aina is better than some other players, Miles Lewis Skelly is the next, like, I don't know what, it's insane. People say Ben White is better than Dani Carvajal and stuff like that. It just makes me want to just disappear from that app. Good. Save yourself, I'm not gonna lie, save yourself from the pain you will see on that app, because that app is almost as bad as TikTok and stuff like that. Because when you go on there, you will see why top gooners are being labeled top gooners and why our fan base gets the rep it gets. Let's just put it that way. Obviously, you will see it from other fan bases as well, but to some extent, we are the worst. To some extent. Saka left boot, Madueke career, dude. there are insane takes. Let's just put it that way to say the least. But yeah. Anyways, I think on that note, we're gonna end today's stream. We have talked about Arsenal, we have talked about stuff, we have smiled, we have laughed, we have been pissed off, ranted, vented. Exactly. Ben White is not better than Carvajal by any means whatsoever. That is the thing. But there are Arsenal fans who think Ben White is better than Carvajal. There are. Not me, obviously, but there are definitely. Quite a few people. There are some people who think that... what's its face? Some people who are doing combined starting 11s were putting... Who was it? I'm just blanking on top of my head. They put Kai Havertz up top. That's it. They put Kai Havertz up top, Mbappe on the left, and Vini on the right, and totally didn't put their nor Saka. Even I didn't, and they didn't even put Rodrigo in. They put Havertz up top. Kid you not. Kid you not. A 9 is good, but Skelly is not even a fullback. A 9 is hardworking fullback. Exactly, you cannot compare them. Skelly is a midfielder, hence why he looks that good as a left back. Because he has the strength, he has the technical ability, he can carry the ball very good, and he's very quick on his feet, and he is press resistant to a certain extent already. If we look in that terms going forward, yes, Skelly is better. But then if you look again from the other end of the spectrum, where we look at defensive part of the game, Skelly is miles behind Aina in that regard. Yeah, exactly. That's why don't get swear. Genuinely don't get swear. You gonna burn your eyes out when looking at it. maybe. But yeah, I think on that note I'm gonna end today's stream. So if you haven't already, smash the like, subscribe if you haven't already. Trying to hit 500 subscribers as soon as possible. And yeah, thank you for your chatting, thank you for your messages. Leave your thoughts down in comments below. Have a nice evening, as much as you can if you're an Arsenal fan. UFC is tonight and some other stuff, so go enjoy that if you are into those things. NBA, of course, I'm gonna watch some NBA and everything. So yeah, for today, I am out. So take care, stay safe, have a nice evening, and see you all tomorrow.